Good evening, everybody. I am the Money Professor, and I want to thank you for coming to my YouTube channel. And please hit the subscribe button, the notification at the bottom, Money Professor. I want to talk a little bit about two things: money game philosophy and money game opportunity. Money game philosophy is what millionaires use their thought process to be able to get rich and wealthy, which a lot of people don't know. The second one is money game opportunity. That's the things I'm going to show you and tell you that are out here that can help you make money. But in order to do that, you need to know the money game philosophy first, and that's extremely important. So as we go through this, I want to erase this board here and talk to you a little bit about the money game philosophy, which is the thought process of a millionaire. See this right here? Earlier I showed money game philosophy and money game opportunity, right? Now it's no screen here. Now, when you are learning about finances, a lot of people, employees and anybody else that just work a 9 to 5, what do they really know about money? And that's, most of the time, it's a blank slate. You have no idea anything about money. That's why I erased it, and I wanted you to see that. Because the first thing you need to know is exactly where you are in the money game. And I want to read something off to you. And these 6 factors are going to be key in you learning how to get rich. First one is knowledge. I want to read off the definition to you so you can understand that. Facts, information, and skills acquired by a person through experience and education. In order for you to actually even be able to get rich, you need to know where you are in the grand scheme of things. You need to have facts, information, and skills acquired to be able to do that. Now I'm going to write something on this board that you may not know, you may know it, but that's why I wanted to get that off my chest, because this is extremely important. This is knowledge right here. This is called the cash flow quadrant. This is how money is made, period. You are in either one of these 4 areas in life and in business. Now, where the knowledge comes in at is knowing where you are and knowing that this even exists. A lot of people here only know about this. It's very important to know about every aspect of money. And I'm going to go through those for you. So, the next thing I have here, now that you know of the cash flow quadrant, and you know that you are an employee, because that's what the E stands for. The S stands for self-employed. It means, self-employed means that you own your own job. It means that you work for yourself. But in the meaning of you working for yourself, it means that you have to be there for your business to grow. That's the only way your business can grow, if you're there. We'll talk more a little bit about that later. The next thing is B, big business, or a business that you run and create a system for people to make money in. That means that you can go create a system to make money, and if you left that business a year from now, the business will still be profitable. That is creating a business system. And the last thing is an I, or an investor. You let money work for you. Now, there's different ones here. And I want to read off something to you here. Now that you know these four things, I want to read off the word understand or understanding. To perceive the intended meaning of. Perceive the significance, explanation, or cause of, or be sympathetically or knowledgeably aware of the character or nature of it. Now that you know something, you have to understand this. You have to perceive the intended meaning of it and the significance, explanation, or cause of it. This is the capitalistic government. This is the only way you can make money. So, by me putting that and saying that, you have to understand where you are. So, like I said, an employee, now I want to give you the understanding of what it is. An employee is somebody that works for usually one of these two, a B or an S. They get a wage. A lot of times, in getting a wage, they get paid for their time and their effort. You don't really get tax breaks. You get, in fact, for the most part as an employee, you probably have to work for the government 3 months free out of the year. Most people don't even know that. If you actually do the math and look at it, you work for 3 months out of the year. You get the heaviest taxes put on you, and you have to work for somebody and using your time, which is extremely important in the game of money. You have to be able to leverage your time and leverage your money at the same time. And these two do that, the B and the I. Self-employed, you use a lot of your time. You may be considered, you think, free, but you're actually not free. Because even if you're your own boss, in order for you to make money, you still have to be behooving to somebody. You have to be able to know if the market is needed for what your service is. I'll give an example for all four of these. We'll start with a doctor. A doctor can be all four of these. A doctor can be an employee, he works in the ER. He can have a schedule, he can make $100,000 a year as a doctor and employee, but he doesn't have the tax advantages of all the rest of them. Self-employed person as a doctor. He has his own practice, a doctor. You go to the office to go see him as a doctor. And if he's not there, he doesn't make any money. That's a self-employed doctor. A big business doctor is a doctor that says and decides, you know what, I'm going to create my own hospital and have doctors there. And I know actually doctors that create their own hospitals too. Jersey Shore has those, medical center. But a doctor that has his own hospital, has nurses, other doctors working underneath him. So he has time, you put that, time and money. Here, these two. Time and money, which is the most important thing to making money. Now the last one has the most, some people think it has the most advantages of being an investor because you make your money work for you. I'll give you an example of the doctor again. Instead of the doctor having the hospital, the doctor says, you know what? I don't want to be in charge of the hospital. I don't want to start a business, a hospital, but I want to invest in it. So now he put his money into it, and the hospital grows and gets big. He takes profits from the hospital, but he has nothing to do with it. He's just an investor. He put money into the hospital. And that's how that works. That's called the cash flow quadrant. And I want you, I recommend that you read Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Cash Flow Quadrant, which is basically the Bible in business as far as knowing exactly where you are and knowing how to get rich. It's just the mentality, it's the philosophy of it. Now that you understand these things about what an E is, an S is, a B, and an I is, the next thing is the third one. Discern. Perceive or recognize. That's what discern means. Distinguish someone or something with difficulty by sight or with other senses. Synonyms: recognize, notice, observe, spot, see. After you understand something, you have to discern it. You have to figure out which one of these are the best things for you. You have to recognize who you are and what you are so you can make the best decision in your life for you. Are you an employee? Do you want to work a job for 40 years? Or that's something else I'm going to get into later when I get into the deeper things of each quadrant. But right now, we're just going over a general observation of it. And we're in the discerning part. So with discernment, you recognize or perceive something. So once you understand it, now you have to recognize where you are and what you want to do. Do you want to be an employee? Do you want to work a little small business maybe? Do you want to own a franchise in a B quadrant? You want to be a Subway owner or a McDonald's owner or a Firehouse owner or a Janny King's cleaning service? Or do you want to be an investor? Do you want to be a Warren Buffett? Do you want to be able to invest in Clorox, and you want to invest in Main Street Capital? Do you want to invest in Microsoft, in Amazon? You have to decide those things. That's what you have to do. And then from there, I want to go into the next thing in the thought process. I want to go into what we call wisdom. After you recognize something or you discern it, you have to gain wisdom in your choices for what you choose. Wisdom. The quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment. The soundness of an action or decision with regard to the application of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. The body of knowledge and principles that develop within a specified period. That means that after you discern something and you understand it and you have knowledge of it, you should be able to make good judgments financially on where you need to be at to make money. That's very important. Sound good judgment. Now, for some people, they think good judgment is to be an employee. They want to work for somebody for 45 years and get a pension. That used to be good in the industrial age. That used to be a good form, but it's not the same way now. That's just my good judgment. I don't want to be an employee. You may want to be an employee. You may want to be a self-employed person. You want to be able to start a hardware store around the corner or something like that, or a bodega or something. A little convenience store. Or like I said, you might want to, but in order, you want to be, like I said, a business owner investor, but you have to decide with good judgment what's going to be the best decisions for your family. It takes a lot of wisdom to do that. But I guarantee you, once you have the wisdom, you will make the right decisions regarding this. Definitely. I want to go into the next subject as far as this is concerned. Responsibility. After wisdom is responsibility. The state or fact of having a duty to deal with something or having control over it. The second meaning, the opportunity or ability to act independently and make decisions without authorization. Opportunity. That stands out. The state or fact of having duty to deal with something. Now that you have the wisdom, you have the understanding, you have the knowledge, you discern it, you recognize what it is. Now you have the responsibility when you are there to make everything go right. You have complete control over your situation. There's no excuses at this point. The opportunity is there. See, a lot of people, if they don't know this, there is no opportunity. If you don't know it, you don't understand it, you don't discern it, you don't gain wisdom, you don't know it, you can forget about it. You're going to be an employee. That's what most people are. a job. You know what that stands for most people? People that are rich, you know what they say that a job is? Just over broke. That's what it means. Just over broke. So now that you know these things, you have the responsibility to make your life better for you. Because you have the wisdom to do that. Now after responsibility is accountability. You're accountable for your actions. Subject to the obligation to report, explain, or justify something. So after you're responsible for it, you have to be justified in that. You have to explain it. You have to understand in yourself why you did it. That's what accountability is. So now that you're responsible for it, you justify it by doing it and finishing it off. That's accountability. And those are the 6. That is actually the thought process in the Bible, actually explained. What I went over is something that's never actually been explained the way I explained it with the cash flow quadrant, which is having knowledge, understanding, discernment, wisdom, responsibility, and accountability. Those are the things that you need to have in order to get rich. If you don't have those things, you're here. You're working the job. Some people already have. Some people already self-employed. They went into life already with a father that owned a hardware store. So guess what they're more than likely going to be? An S. That's the only thing they know. They know that their dad works hard at the hardware store. He owns the company. So guess what? They're going to be an S too. They don't want to be an employee because they grew up as an S. What I'm trying to tell you is that you want to be able to know the whole broad realm of things so you know what your decisions that you need to make for your financial future. Right now, for me, including this YouTube channel that I have right now, which is a business, I'll be able to monetize this business. If I get over 100,000 views, I will be able to replace my income because of this business. But I am also an investor. I'm invested in about 170 companies, ranging from Amazon all the way down to one of the small penny stocks like SDR, which is an energy company. $1 per share. And I am also you can call it a big business owner too, but the way it's designed in music, I have money. I haven't put out an album in about 3 years, and I still make money off of royalties off of an album that I did 3 years ago. Nobody knows this. This is the first time I'm telling anybody this. So I am in basically all 4 quadrants because I decided to be in all 4 quadrants. But as far as learning goes, I'm going to try to teach you everything that I know about money philosophy, because in order to have, like I said, opportunities which come with responsibility, you have to know what you're getting into. Because I want to tell you about all of those things. I want to tell you about stocks you should invest in, stocks, mutual funds, bonds, which I have money in bonds. Invest. I'm going to tell you about real estate, how it can be an asset and it can be a liability at the same time. I'm going to tell you about self-employed businesses. I'm going to tell you about the different franchises you could be in. I'm going to tell you about things that right now online that you can do to make money that I do. I have money in real estate crowdfunding right now that's making me money every single day, and I'm going to show you how to do that. But I wanted to give you this brief overview of how I look at things as far as money is concerned, and how I'm going to help you build your wealth and be able to do my best ability as a money professor to get you in these positions. So I want to thank everybody for watching the video, and if you can, subscribe to the channel, Money Professor. Go to my other website that is out now, right now. It is called Investors Connect, investorconnect.solutions. There'll be a link there at the end of the YouTube channel for you to go there, and you'll be able to go in there and it'll give you some looks at some of the stock apps that are out, like Stash and Robinhood, and some of the other things that you can get into right away for like $5 to invest and make money in. So I want to thank everybody here. I want to thank Max Beats for recording this video for me and making this a pleasurable experience for me, and me being able to help other people. He's helping me to help other people. So you can go to Max Beats if you like. You'll have a link down there as well for any opportunities if you want to record videos or anything like that, because I think everything is about networking and importance in doing so, and that's in part of knowing the cash flow quadrant, and networking is a part of that as well, but we'll go into that another time. And I want to thank you very much, and have a good night, all right?